Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. We are back again with some more Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 11. And what an episode it was last episode. Before Fern finishes off Lugnir, she states that Frieren will most definitely win. She'll trick Aura, and we get an amazing flashback to see the origin of Frieren the Trickster. During the flashback, we see what happens to Frieren's village, the village of elves, and how demons are targeting elves to the point where they actually say they'll let Flamma go and not just kill her right then, which might not be true, but at that point, they believe her to be no threat, so why would they say that if they weren't going to follow through with it? We then spend a little bit of time with Flamma and Frieren where she educates Frieren on demons, how they think, and how they can be tricked. Basically, you just suppress your mana forever, you just never stop. And just how we see time in the previous episodes, just like that, Flamma is an old woman. And she teaches Frieren the spell of how to make flowers, and we see a pretty beautiful scene where Frieren is at her grave and just the whole field is full of, beautiful white flowers. And even though Flamma dies in this small flashback, I'm hoping that we get to see more flashbacks with her during the rest of their travels, since there was just such a big gap between kind of when they first met and then boom, she's just an old woman. And moving on from that depressing stuff, Himmel, Heisen, and Eider make another appearance. We get to see their first meeting with Frieren, and Himmel actually mimics Frieren's words to Flamma about him having a hunch that she is a powerful mage. And the relationship starting like this is just so beautiful. It really shows perfectly why he had such an impact on the current Frieren. Let's not forget about the battle with Aura though. Aura's scales are active and they slowly start to fall in the favor of Frieren. She's releasing more and more of her mana until there's just no chance that Aura can win, and her own tool, her own spell is used against her. And then we get the best kill yourself moment in anime history, at least that I've seen. I can't say that I've seen too many of them, but I don't know how any of them would top this one. And what a way to end the episode. This is the type of ending where I would have expected to see some feet walking in the outro. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the episode. All right, back for the spoils of war. And look, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. Paying her respects to all those dead warriors.
You took your time.
So
very funny for her to be saying that to Fern.
I don't believe what I see. I thought this day would never come.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long they'd been there, but this has got to be just a huge relief that they're gone.
Good news. The old softy said he would pardon you.
None of them are seriously damaged. I thank you.
Yeah, she really
for
did.
treating the long-fallen heroes of the Northern Lands with such immense respect.
Yeah, thanks to Himmel, she really did just save them.
I used to cast
Save the
flashy and
crest.
destructive spells, but Himmel would always throw a fit.
For all I've learned about your nature, Mr. Himmel trained you well.
You mustn't say it like that.
Like he was training her to be a better person.
This is a perfectly normal reaction. Good work besting Lugnir and his lackey.
Yeah, I wish you could have seen it. Frieren, you'd have been so proud. I mean, even more proud.
Though I would be more impressed if you weren't so beat up. Like death itself.
See, they receive proper burials. I can escort our heroes from here.
I'm so happy he survived. He really is a good man.
What is it?
They found his crest. Oh, this is...
Frieren,
Thank you so much.
I've never been so grateful as I am to you today.
Yeah, this is really... Thank goodness he got to find his son's crest. His, what's left of him.
Flamma's grimoire detailing the defensive barrier. An artifact that's been passed down my family tree for generations on end.
Is she actually gonna take it?
Before it's too late to take back your request, you should know this grimoire.
I know, it's fake.
Oh, okay.
That's correct, though it does describe a type of barrier. It's nothing like the one that protects our walls.
Maybe like the one that
is passed by tongue.
protects this church then?
I am well aware of that, my lord. It's just for a hobby of mine.
Or not the church, but the church where he was recovering earlier?
Master Heiter mentioned the capital. How disrespecting nobility there is punishable by death.
Himmel and Eisen nearly lost their heads for daring to speak so casually to His Majesty.
That is not surprising for
me
Himmel.
back.
And Hyder, yeah.
Whimpering like a kitten.
Execution sounds like overkill, don't you think?
And watch your tone with me. The way that you've
Yeah, I forgot
spoken
about
thus
that
far is
conversation.
a serious offense.
He's trying to get them ready
Sorry,
for the
old-timer.
capital.
You've got to be kidding me! My work is done. Trees are pruned.
Thank you.
Why do you have to be so creepy about that?
I only
You could have
said
done all
so
that
you
without
wouldn't
looking
waste
so
valuable
creepy.
Time saving me.
He's spooked. Someone's got to get him a gold needle or something.
Naturally, I told the townsfolk of Ara's defeat. I do hope you'll linger a while.
That's gonna be up to Fern. Just really carrying him through the city. That's hilarious.
Come on, I did what anybody would do.
This will probably feel like regular to Stark since the village that he left. He probably got this treatment all the time. I like the vocals in this music, this song. Is this the first time we've gotten vocals? He's just creepy all the time, I guess. And think he had an impact on all these kids here. I'm getting Han Moon vibes from this barrier that Flama erected here. It's missing some of the patterns and designs and stuff, but it is beautiful and it's keeping out demons, so there's a connection to make there. Everyone just paying their respects to the Keyblade graveyard.
I hear you're traveling to Enda. It was heavily restricted. Even the most experienced adventurers must be accompanied by a first-class mage.
Good thing they got
Then we'll
the
be
S
fine.
tier first
Clearly,
class
Mistress
mage here.
Frieren qualifies.
What do you mean, first class mage?
Very funny.
Oh, is this an actual
You must
title?
know.
Is that what he's getting
It's
at?
a certification awarded by the Continental Magic Association. Declares me a certified third-class mage.
Third class,
Come to
yeah,
think of it, I
right.
do remember you having some business.
Please don't tell me you're an unlicensed underground mage.
Oh
You
my
make it
goodness,
sound
she's
like
gonna
I'm
have to
some
get
back alley
certified.
doctor.
This is equivalent to like Naruto fighting Sasuke, and then once that whole war and all those battles are over with, him going back to have to get like his education and teaching in order to become the Hokage. This is like this is exactly like that.
We need to solve this problem if we want to continue.
Can't they make an exception? This is insane.
If I remember correctly, there's a place up north where she could take the exam, right?
Its name is Auberst. The House of Granat will never forget what you've done. Safe travels.
In the war against the Demon King, it wasn't the enemy that took the most lives, but the winters of the northern lands.
Yeah, in nearly every flashback they had some little scene of the
Oh,
snow,
goody.
so it definitely
Seems
appears to
we're
be its own
next.
character. And here we are. Stark's already out.
What now? The strength of the wind takes any sort of magical transportation out of the question.
There's gotta be some kind of magic you can do to help yourself here.
He's a lot heavier than I thought he would be.
Why don't you use magic like you did
Can we
previously?
just leave him?
That's not floating them that high.
There should be an emergency shelter at the foot of the mountains. It looks to me like it's being maintained quite regularly.
Not only is having to get the certification going to extend the amount of time this journey will take,
Somebody must have gotten here before us.
but it being
Don't know
winter
if
time
they're
here,
friend or foe.
I don't know if it's
At
winter
this
time,
point,
but
who cares?
it looks like the
I'd
conditions
take
are going to
either
make it
over freezing to death.
a longer journey as well.
Yep. Heating up.
Another elf?
I'm warmer already.
No way!
It's been about 300 years since I've met another of my kind. I thought the last of the elves had already died out.
This is
I
awesome.
thought so too.
I was doing squats to stay alive.
I understand.
Well, I
He
suppose
was
that
doing
makes
squats
sense.
just to warm up. Yeah, he's probably definitely happy with that
Kraft
fire.
the monk.
Pleasure. I'm Frieren
Kraft.
the mage.
I'm Fern, and I'm also a mage. That's Mr. Stark, the warrior. He keeps getting even colder.
What in the world is going on here?
So warm and so cozy. Check it out. Now that's the Jumbo Berry special I remember.
That's really sweet that he's dreaming about that, but Eisen's also there with it
What
too.
happened to me? Last I remember, we got caught in a blizzard.
Is there something more going on here than Okay. No, I thought maybe he'd like some kind of curse or something had happened to him, but no. Who breathes like that, lifting the covers that way?
Who the heck are you?
Stark, you should stay and rest a bit longer. You two can help me bring in some food supplies. My wagon and cargo shouldn't be too far. Do you have any idea who I am?
Not in the slightest.
See, had they
I
met
didn't
previously?
think so. I don't know the first thing about you either.
Oh, okay, no. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to be spending the episode with this guy. This will be... I don't know if it's going to be nice for Frieren, but it's got to be somewhat reassuring to see another elf and maybe share past stories or something. I don't know.
Will you explain to me why you believe in the goddess Kraft? Exclude the age of mythology. The goddess of creation hasn't shown herself once in the massively long history of this world.
You're still young. I used to think the very same way.
So how old is this guy?
But these days, I believe the goddess exists from the bottom of my
He's
heart.
got a slight wrinkle there, so he's got to be
It's more like I need her to exist.
at least 5,000.
Didn't think you the type to fund the reconstruction of some little village's orphanage.
At least you're honest.
It's nice hearing Hyder's
You know,
laugh again.
I was an orphan once too. When my time here ends, I'd like to believe the goddess will praise me for a life righteously lived.
Are these really such talks to have with a drink in your hand, O corrupt priest?
Always with the corrupt priest.
Who's there to celebrate you if you don't believe in the goddess? I'm sure you figured it out, but if not, perhaps I could praise you instead.
I haven't done very much with my life at all.
Wow, the parallel between him and
I
Croft
consider
is
praiseworthy.
pretty spot
And
on.
what about the constant suppression of your mana?
You could tell?
We've traveled together for years. Now tell me the story of it all.
That right there is like the difference between humans and demons as far as noticing her suppression of her mana. Even though he's been traveling alongside her in a, a companion in a positive way, he was still able to take notice of that after some years, and after all the years between when Frieren fought Aura and when they fought most recently, it never even crossed her mind that that Frieren was suppressing her mana, and that's why she didn't appear to grow at all. But being allies probably definitely makes that easier to notice.
Might come in handy someday. Perhaps I'll have a child who becomes a mage and can make use of the knowledge.
Oh,
thought the
wow.
priests could marry.
So he took that idea right then and had to have given that to
Can't
Fern.
put my finger on why, but the goddess attracts the strangest of people. I've had someone praise me enough for a lifetime.
You're lucky to have good friends, so please, cherish them.
That also kind of answers who trained Fern. I hadn't really thought about it. It seems so obvious now, but I hadn't really thought about Hyder being her teacher. I know he was with the party that defeated the Demon King, but he never really showed any type of magical abilities, so I assumed that maybe she had learned them before she came into Hyder's care. But if he's the one who gave her the idea of mana suppression, then I guess he would have been the one teaching her as well.
Frieren, this isn't the last time we'll meet. I'll see you in a century or two.
Just so casual.
Take care of yourself, old man.
I say that all the
Nice
time,
getting
but
to know
so
ya.
casual talking about that length of time.
Thank you for the pendant. It means very much to me.
And that's a wrap for episode 11, and what kind of just a calm episode this one was. I'm so happy that Frieren deciding to dispel the magic and not destroy the puppet knights was brought back up in this episode, and it was great to see Granat recognizing her effort to not destroy them and to also find his son's armor, and it was a perfect way to tie in the effort that was taken in the previous episode and to pay respects to the dead. And thanks to the effort of not destroying the puppet knights, she's also gifted even though it's fake, the grimoire for the barrier that's been passed down in the Granat family. So even though it's fake, I imagine there would be something useful in it, and if not, hey, it's still just another book to add to the hobby. And Granat also drops the fact that Frieren might have to be certified as a mage, a first class mage. I think that's an actual title. Since Fern is a third class, there'd be a second and a first. So it looks like they're going to be on their way to Auberst, I think it was pronounced. The spelling is weird, so but I think that's how Granat pronounced it. And that's gonna add some time onto the journey. Not only that, but we also got the winter, or this blizzard that we get to enjoy with Kraft the monk. And it was awesome to finally see another elf. Last episode we did get to see some elves, but unfortunately they were not amongst the living, so it was good to see one that is alive. And he has to be extremely old. I mean, even though he only has like one wrinkle on both the sides of his eyes, he still has wrinkles, and he's talking about time, I think, even more casually than Frieren has been. Just like that, we spend 6 months with him, and we also, due to the conversation that Frieren and Kraft were having, we get that flashback where we see Hyder talking with Frieren about suppressing mana and how he's noticed, and he mentions, maybe once I have my own child who's a mage, then maybe that child can make use of that knowledge. So I guess that is where Fern gets it, and why she already appeared to be invisible to Frieren even after they first met when she was, just a little kid. And now the gang is moving on from Kraft now that the winter, or at least the weather, has let up a little bit. And just like he said, I do think that they will meet again, especially since they're going to be alive as far as time-wise, so who knows if that's going to happen this season or in the next seasons, but I'll be looking out for him, especially since he is the only live elf that we've seen again so far. I'm happy that this episode we got to kind of rest and relax, recuperate, because, with that certification coming up, it sounds like they're going to have some challenges in the future. At least Fern and Frieren will, so yeah, this was a good episode. I guess with all that being said, thanks for watching, and please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.